Greetings YouTube, Dark Swordsman here, and I am back for more Final Fantasy X for my full walkthrough. Now first things first, I want to apologise for the lack of content that's come out over the last week. Unfortunately work has had me run ragged and I simply have not had the time to get any videos out recently, so I do apologise for that. We're going to try and pick things up here and get at least 1 or 2 videos out today, and we'll see how things go. I'm just going to quickly do the grids here a moment because I need all the firepower I can get, because we've got a boss fight coming up, and we've also got the blitzball match coming up as well that we have to play, but we'll get into that in a bit. We've also got a few other little fights as well that we have to do along the way. So we just want to make sure that we are prepared for whatever is to come. So, if you recall, last episode we were looking for Auron. We arrived in Luca. And like I said, we were looking for Auron, and then Kamari got into a bit of a scrap with his brothers, and then we found out that Yuna had been kidnapped, and that's what brings us to where we are now. So the aim of today's episode is to go get Yuna back and then deal with the blitzball tournament, and there are some items to be had along the way as well, which I'm going to try and grab all of, starting with this one just over here for 600 gil. I think we've already got both the Albed Primers last episode, didn't we? But there's also another chest with 1,000 gil in it somewhere. There's also a HP and magic sphere, 2 Phoenix Downs, and a tidal spear that we can get our hands on if we can find them. So let's see, there's another chest just over here. Oh, there's the tidal spear. Now, if you've got any weapons that have got lightning imbued into them, now would be a good time to pull those out. Because we're going to be fighting enemies that are weak to lightning.
Whoa, what are they? Ancient machina salvaged by the Albed. They are mostly vulnerable to lightning,
which Lulu has just confirmed for us. Gosh, I miss being able to do all that horrendous damage I was doing on my other profile. Now I know I have got an overdrive, but I'm going to save that for now, for the boss I think. Whoops, wrong spell. Damn, targeted the wrong one, should have targeted the other one. Oh well. So I think these guys have about 200 to 250 health, I think it is, maybe slightly more. Oh no, 300. I wasn't far off with my calculations. So there's no treasure in that dock. Now we're going to have a couple of waves of these things to deal with now for this fight before we can get to the ship. I think it's about 3 ways we have to go through.
What's up with...
You know what? I think it might be best that we just get haste onto Luna and let her deal with this. Her lightning does seem to be dispatching them a lot quicker.
The Albed were expecting us.
Indeed. So we're just going to cut through these with Luna's thunder attacks, so it seems to be getting through it a lot quicker. And it will save us a bit of time, I think. At this point, we are going to be interrupted by a
The
little
Aurochs are
cutscene
keeping
from
the
the
score
blitzball
tied with
tournament.
some excellent defense, folks. Oh, he'll feel that one in the morning.
And
But the
honestly say,
referee
Albed's
doesn't call the foul.
goalkeeper is probably
Waka's
the best
taking a real
goalkeeper in
beating
the
out
game.
there.
If you have the opportunity to get hold of him, grab him. His name is Nimrod.
Still in there! He won't last. Waka's always like that.
Ouch.
Let's go.
Let's just restore everything. Actually, you know what, we have got a boss fight coming up. I mean, we should probably save our game as well, thinking about it. I'll just do that now quickly.
Let's
I think there
go.
is some chests on this dock we're on now, but obviously we're not going to be able to get to them until later, possibly. We can always come back and get the rest of the loot later anyway. So here we face
he uses
against
crane.
the Obliterator.
Come on, move!
It's probably out of power.
Okay, so when we use physical attacks, this machine will try to retaliate using the blind status and silence for magic, obviously. But a good, quick, easy way to take this thing out is to actually power up the crane and use the crane. Meanwhile, we're going to have our other characters attack normally. And this thing has about 6k of health. He is also weak to lightning. And there's that blind status alignment I was on about. I think we need to put 3 lightning bolts into it for it to start working. go, the crane's now working. So we just go across to the left here and use the crane. The crane will now move and dish out a hefty amount of damage, making this fight a lot easier to get through. Alternatively, you can take the hard route and just try and damage him without the crane, but you'll be here a lot longer, trust me. Look at that lovely damage, 4,800. Oh, okay, my blindness is more. I didn't even realise. There we go, taking him out anyway. I didn't retire CE. And here's Yuna. Annoying how we should
I
pull
hope
that
you
thunder
heard them.
spear after we no longer need it.
A little. What is it?
There were these Al-Bed that saved my life when I first came to Spira. They took me on their ship. They even gave me food. I was kinda hoping that this was the same ship. But it's not. I wonder if they're all gone.
What happened?
Sin came up near us. I made it out okay, but I don't know what happened to their ship.
Was there anyone called Sid on that ship?
I don't know. They were all speaking that Al-Bed language.
I see.
So who's Sid?
He's my uncle, but I've never actually met him.
Wait, so that means you're Al-Bed too, Yuna?
On my mother's side, yes. Sid is my mother's brother. He became distant after my mother married. But she told me to seek him out if I ever needed help.
You're worried he was...
Don't tell Waka about Yuna's lineage. The thing about Waka, he never had much love for the Al-Bed.
Whoa! I gotta tell Waka.
I thought I told you not to tell Waka.
The game!
Oh,
That bit does make me laugh a little bit. She's like, oh, I've got to tell Walker. I thought I told you not to tell Walker. Not that, the game. Oh! There's Lulu thinking we're going to
30 seconds
spill the
left.
beans.
The
It's like, no,
Aurochs
that's
are
not what
launching
we
an
meant. We
all-out
want to tell him that
offensive.
we've got Yuna back. So you can go ahead and kick
A
ass. You know.
long pass from Letty. It goes through. Oh,
It's Barrick.
oh. He shoots.
No. Oh, wait, that's not a rock. That was a different...
Unbelievable. The Aurochs win the match 3-2.
That's interesting. That's not Nimrock. That's a different goalkeeper.
We won!
We did it! We're in the finals!
not the most
Or
graceful
was it
win.
Nimrock? I'm not sure. I can't remember
If
what
it was
Nimrock looks
Chapu,
like.
he'd still be standing.
It's been a little while since I've seen him.
Hey, aren't you being just a little
I see,
unfair?
When I did my main profile, the
Excuse me.
blitzball was one of the things I got out of the way a lot earlier on, just to get it out
I
of the
know
way,
I
so
can
it's
never
gonna be
take
an absolute
Chapu's
pain.
place. You're the one who told Waka that, right, Lulu? And I don't think Waka would ever try to take Chapu's...
You don't
Careful.
want to finish that sentence.
Oakley dokley. So then, work it around. Yeah, so we're So there's nothing on this dock to be had. We do need to make our way back round to the stadium now. If we head this way. I think this dock here is where the next load of chests are. If you don't get them now, you can get them later. We're going to grab them now to save us time. So there's the mana sphere. I think this one's got the strength sphere in it. Sorry, HP sphere in it. Why did I say strength sphere? Oh, of course, I know why I said strength sphere. I'll tell you guys about that in a moment. We still haven't found the 1,000 gil. Oh, that's why. I know where it is. Yeah, we'll get that later. Right, let's make our way into the stadium then, because it's time for us to take over with the blitzball. And we're going to be dealing with the Luca goers.
Sure you all right, Captain? The game starts in a few minutes. You sure you okay?
We're playing the Gores, too.
Miss me?
Lady Yuna, are you okay?
All this because of me. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
How can you let some outbed kidnap you?
Hey, let it go, all right?
Don't go near outbed anymore, okay? They're trouble.
Right then. So when you're ready, approach Walker.
The game starts soon. No time for warm-ups. Ready?
Let me at him.
All right.
Now, we're going to be playing against the Luca goers.
I got something to tell you,
And
boys.
this match can be won, but it is very difficult.
After this game,
But
I'm retiring.
if you are fortunate enough to defeat the Luca goers and win the tournament,
promised
you will
myself
be
this will be
rewarded
my last
with a
tournament.
strength up sphere.
Win or lose, I'm quitting blitzball.
Like I said, it is possible to win,
But you know,
but it isn't easy. I will
Since we're
show you
here,
guys
we might as
to
well
the best of
win.
my abilities how to do it. I could still easily screw this up, but I'll
Mind
give
the
it my
bench.
best shot.
I'm warming the bench. He's taking my place. All right, boys, let's win this one. Let's make the goers goners.
Let's blitz.
I saw you floating there, on the sphere.
Hey, you weren't supposed to see that. Oh.
You really gave it your all, didn't you?
All right, boys, what are we gonna do?
Win! For Captain Walker.
This is it, folks. In just a few minutes, the championship game. But who could have imagined a championship game between these two teams? Our legendary Luca Goers going against the horrendously ill-fated Besaid Aurochs.
This looks like history in the making, Baba.
Ah, here's Oren. So he was seen. Gotta say, I'm not a big fan of the Luca Goers. I find them to be very, what's the word I'm looking for, childish.
They're already going at it, folks. The Goers are taunting the Aurochs.
Alrighty then. So in the first half there's going to be very little we can actually do. Unfortunately. I mean, we could, well, our characters will automatically try to defend. Ooh, successful at getting the ball. Right, first thing you want to do is... Hold on a minute. I've actually pushed the wrong button here. Let me just... Actually, Bot is probably the best person to pass to here, because he's out of the way of everybody. There we go. So before you do anything else, as soon as you get a hold of the ball, press triangle, then go to manual A, and then hit normal formation, and you'll be able to do pretty much whatever you want. You'll have full control. Obviously I've screwed up a little bit here because I pressed the wrong button to start off with, and I lost a load of time which I could have used to get away. Now, because we've only got 3 endurance and Doran's attack is a major 9, I don't think we're really going to get through this very well. In this instance, I think I'm actually going to try to pass the ball over the top. It's probably not going to go very well, but from where I'm stood, it's probably worth a shot. It's our best option right now. Yeah, no, they blocked it. I thought they would. It's alright. It was very doubtful I was going to stop that, to be honest. Not quite sure how that happened, but sometimes it's not always very accurate either with the numbers. Yeah, they're probably going to score in a minute. There's nothing I can do. Well, unless our keeper decides to be very, 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 very good at what he does, and he manages to save it. I'm actually very surprised. Normally the goalkeeper is crap at this point. I have to do so much work with him to get him sorted out. Bloody grab, get lost. Ideally, we want to get the ball down the side here to tie this if we can. Hopefully we can just about reach him. Yes, we can. We want to deal with these guys one at a time, ideally. Go. Who's that behind me? Avis. Oh, he won't be able to do sod all to stop me. Right, we're going to go in for a shot. Let's see if we can get it in. We're quite close to the net, so I reckon... Yeah! Right, let's see if we can't deflect this next attack. Ideally, you want to stay ahead of them in goals at all times if you can, so even if they score, well, wow, both defenders here, I don't think that's going to go in. Yeah, we've stopped it, we have managed to stop it. Let's get the ball out of here. Let's pass to... Actually, that could be a good one to go for right now, I reckon. Ooh, just. Right, let's just get rid of the door in a second. That really annoys me when that happens, because it's so unfair. The idea of it is if your endurance is higher than the attack, you should be getting through. But for some reason, the game mechanics decide to make it so that even if you've got higher endurance, they can still get over you, and it really does lift me. Good one again. This time we're going to try and shoot. I'm hoping this time it won't. Yeah, there we go. It may or may not go in, because unfortunately our shot is exactly the same as the goalkeeper's catch. But even if your shot does not go in, attempting the shot will still give you a few little points. Now we're back to these three against Grav. If all three of them had been able to attack, we probably could have taken that from them, I reckon. Alright, so we're currently 1-0 up, and we're doing quite well. Sorry about that, folks. I'm just responding to a message.
So on defense, boys, stop those
I
goals.
had to respond to it because I'm going away in a few weeks.
What about me?
Get the ball and just shoot like crazy.
Goers are going down! Yeah!
Fond of
Shoot like
the
crazy.
idea of getting up so early in the damn morning, but
All right, hustle.
right, so oh, God, screwed up right. Oh, okay, I can't actually. Right, so unfortunately we've not leveled up enough. I don't know why. Oh wait, hold on. Oh, there we go. Yeah, set. So right now then, we can set our tech things. We've got at the moment Tyler's got his spear shot, which uses less points. But since we're losing Titus halfway through the second half anyway, We're going to drop that sphere shot and we're going to go with the jet shot to improve our chances of getting it in. Dato has not leveled up enough yet. In fact, none of the others have. Do any of these guys have anything we can... Oh, there's elite defense. The goalkeeper might be able to learn that. Let's have a look. No, unfortunately not. If the ability is highlighted white, it means the person that's trying to copy it cannot copy it at the moment. It has to be a light cyan blue colour. So at the moment that's a no-go. But we've got access to the jet shot, which is the main thing we needed. Right. Let's just get rid of paper for a second. And then what we're going to do is pass to Titus. Later on you'll be able to choose who's in what position as well, and I tend to put Titus straight in the middle, but that's my preference. Now you're probably wondering why I'm going straight down, not bothering to take them out one at a time. Well, that's because we don't need to. We're going to go no break, shoot, and we're going to choose the jet shot, because what the jet shot will do is knock these other two people out of the way, essentially eliminating the kerfuffle of having to tackle our way past them. And the goal goes straight in. We are 2-0 up now. Let's see if we can get a third goal in before Titus has to retire. The grab's gone straight into Titus in an attempt to try and get over him, which at the moment he's doing quite successfully. Oh! Actually, let's go with Dato, shall we? I'm just thinking Dato's slightly closer and he can probably get closer to Titus for us. So yeah, we want to break Doran and then pass. You again. Hopefully she won't break. There we go. Cool. This should theoretically go in. I'll be surprised if it doesn't. Yeah, there we go. 3-0. We are absolutely decimating them. That's interesting. I don't think I've ever had that cutscene before. Oh, wait a minute. Are they still shouting for Walker? Because normally halfway through they'll start shouting for Walker. I don't know whether... Well, the crowd's not growing impatient this time, it would appear.
Everyone seems to be calling for Waka, folks.
Wow, I actually changed the cutscene a little bit. Because we scored so much, instead of the spectator saying the crowd is growing impatient, they're cheering us on, but they want Waka back.
Say, where is that player going? He's leaving the sphere pool. He may be injured.
To be honest, I did kind of feel left out. But it really was the Oryx and Waka show after all.
I wonder what's happening. The crowd is going wild.